Good day, Raiders. This is Sebastian Kane, and today I'm coming to you with another presentation on Raid Shadow Legends, the Cheez-It edition. I'm actually going to be talking today about our favorite boss in rotation number 3 of the Doom Tower, and that is Bommal The Dreadhorn. And today, I'm actually going to be showing you how this champion, the legendary Raf Matab, can actually solo Bommal, but not only that, you can do it full auto and pretty much replace Crimson Helm from your roster due to his block damage on the A2, which is in a 4-turn cooldown. So if your Raf Matab's A2 is not booked, it is really easy to set this on auto to complete this stage. Just quickly, as we look at the stats that we had to pump into Raf Matab to actually get this thing to work, we're actually talking about some very heavy stats, very endgame gear. And for this case, I chose regeneration in a 2-piece immortal set. But we had to get it up to above 100,000 HP. And you will see in the recording that we'll show you at the end that one of the reasons for that is that there were a couple of instances where it came really close, where Bommal could have tripped Raf Matab if he was below 100,000. I originally had tried right at that edge of 100,000 with a little bit more defense, and the run was not successful. So I increased the HP, I knocked down the defense a little bit more, now it's close to 3,000. And then just to make sure that the run was safe, you'll see that I did put Crimson Helm in there, ungeared. She's not going to do anything, but just for her HP or aura to even give us more of HP. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about is that I selected 222 speed. In order to stay in tune, you need the speed to be 239 to 247. So the rest of the speed I'm actually going to pick up from a mastery, and that is Whirlwind of Death. And this one will give us 18 speed if he kills 3 or more enemies during the battle. And as you'll see on the clip, yeah, he does do that. And so he picks up the 18 speed, getting us to the speed that we need. If you are struggling in terms of getting the HP or defense necessary, you could come to the support side. I chose the defense side to give him a little bit more protection, especially from the almost sets, and you know, put the resurgence, late death, and then blast proof is essential, and then the counter attack here, the retribution, whenever it came into effect. On the offensive side, I did pick more of the damage type masteries, so I did win for single out, and I also picked up Wrath of the Slain, since we do have that allies that are coming on, and then Methodical, since he's using his A1 a little bit more often, and since he's killing enemies in the battlefield, I did pick up Kill Streak, and of course Warm Master to speed up the run. As I said, if you're having problems getting the HP, you can come to the support side and pick Steadfast. Another reason for you to try to possibly pick up more HP is to sacrifice a little bit more speed and come down to Spirit Haste to get another 24 here that you could easily get if you're having a hard time getting the stats from the build. As you can see here again, Immortal or in Regeneration were the ones that were selected. For the banner, of course, it's an HP banner with speed and more HP. For this case, I picked up a defense amulet with some HP on it, and an HP ring with a couple of rolls of speed and one on defense. The gloves, I believe, are HP percentage. So are the so is the chest and the boots. And of course, he has some speed and defense. In the top, you're just looking for HP and speed when necessary. And those were the two main stats that I was really looking to go after for that build. This strategy, at least this setup, works because I don't have Mind Book, and it's the reason that it's full auto. And I will have to say, SodaDragon is the first to show the Raf Matab can solo the Dreadhorn. But he had his booked. So if you look at the 3 videos where he shows different setup, different masteries, picks different champions as his aura. I think he picked a couple of speed champions in his aura just to at least help him get the HP and the defense necessary for players that might have a hard time getting the stats. So, but he had to manual it. So in this presentation, what I just want to show to the community is that yes, if you set it up correctly, he will do it full auto. So I will leave you with the clip of the run, and what I want you to pay attention to is the setup of the AI as well, because one thing that I found was that if you don't set the AI for him to use his A2 when it's available, he will not use it. So you have to tell it that it has to be set up. So I'll play the clip. You'll see the full auto run. You'll see the couple of instances where it came really close from the run ending, but Raf Matab was able to recover. And that is why it is very important that you reach the 100,000 HP plateau. And if you can add a champion with an aura, like Crimson Helm, a Helm that has an HP, she will give you a little bit more of a boost and make the run reliable. So with that, we'll look at the fight. And to help speed up the process, I will just briefly show you here. Raf Matab locked out his A3 in all 3 rounds, and I had to put up his Stampede as #1 setting, because otherwise the AI won't use it.